What is something that is widely accepted as false that is actually true? The dingo really did eat the baby.
https://en.wiki.org/wiki/dingo_8_my_baby WPROV=SFLA1. I'm such a devout defender of the McDonald's hot coffee lady. Most people I meet think the city of Troy is a myth, a Greek fairy tale that never really existed, like Atlantis. This idea is so pervasive that when Total War: Troy released, much of the community discourse around the game was claiming that any historical feedback was invalid because it was all made up anyway. Troy was very much a real place, a Luwian city-state and sometimes vassal of the Hittite Empire. Its archaeological remains are well documented, and even support the idea that the Mycenaean Greeks and Trojans fought a series of wars during the Late Bronze Age, which likely inspired the historical fiction of the Iliad. Edit. Great sources for further reading on Troy include *The Trojan War, a very short introduction by Eric H. Klein, and *The Trojans and Their Neighbors* by Trevor Bryce. That lightning can strike twice in the same place, the old lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place myth. It does. And very often, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Everyone might look at this and say it's ridiculous, but I eat apples all the time and will never get a PhD. Reddit understands what widely accepted as false means. The monster could have been named Frankenstein, as scientists usually name things after themselves. Eating 7 spiders in your sleep. You actually do. I feed them to you. The death penalty is more expensive than putting someone in prison for life without parole. MSG is super bad for you. It's pretty much just like salt. Sorry guys, I should have clarified. People say MSG is bad, but it's actually fine for you. It's on the same level as salt intake because it's just a type of salt. There is an old belief that keeping the wound wrapped up for more than a day or two prevents healing or is overall bad, but it is actually better to keep the wound wrapped for as long as possible to retain moisture and prevent infection, assuming you change out the bandaging regularly. The Y2K bug was a really serious issue. It was only due to the effort of teams of developers over several years that we averted serious software issues. The fact that nothing much happened when New Year's hit was a sign of their success. The act of paying down a mortgage shifts risk from the bank to the homeowner. They're turning the friggin' frogs gay. That Rosa Parks' arrest was spontaneous and not staged. She maintained all her life that it wasn't planned or a publicity stunt. She just legitimately didn't feel like moving her ass one day when some bus driver told her to. The Holy Roman Empire was in fact Holy Roman, and an empire. Camera gear does matter, is said to be a myth. In truth, you cannot photograph dangerous wildlife with a phone. Using a phone for wildlife can cause serious injury or death to you. The plural of octopus is octopuses. Climate change and vaccine effectiveness. It's weird how political those are. That a lot of Black Americans are lying about having indigenous American ancestry. There is a whole paper genocide that happened where dark-skinned indigenous Americans had to choose between the Trail of Tears to reservations or being relieved to colored, eventually Negro, then Black, then African American. This is coming from someone with direct African ancestry. Edit. This is me saying they aren't lying. Realized I worded weird.